After some surprising results in the region tournaments, I'm not sure what to expect in the Class A state baseball tournament. The one thing I do know is that you can copy-paste the opening matchup of the tournament from last year, with Century and Shanley squaring off to start things at Jack Brown Stadium in Jamestown. In fact, it's the third straight year the two teams will meet in the state tournament. Despite entering the WDA tournament as the 4 seed, Century claimed its first region tournament title since 2016 by edging Minot 12-9 in Saturday's championship. The Pats are led by their all-region trio of Carson Machenbacher, Gavin Lill, and Carter Kruger. Machenbacher and Kruger each topped 20 runs batted in on the season. Like last year, pitching has been the Achilles heel for the Patriots, but they've strung together some good performances the last few weeks. The question will be, do they have enough depth on the mound to string together 3 straight wins?
Our pitchers have come along. We really struggled earlier in the year, walking a lot, not finding the strike zone, and not even believing that we can make a big pitch. And I think we've really come a long ways with that our pitchers are now believing. They're believing they can get people out, and they're making big pitches in big moments.
I feel like we've just became closer as a team, and we've kind of come to agreement that we need to be better in certain circumstances, like fielding. That's one thing we've really focused on this year. We've always known we can hit the ball, and that's one thing we've continued to do throughout the year, but I think one thing that we've really improved on is our fielding throughout the year.
Century's quarterfinal matchup with the Deacons will be tough. Shanley finished runner-up last year and returns a trio of players from that lineup, headlined by sophomore shortstop and Nebraska commit Tommy Simon. Simon is hitting .400 on the season, and 11 of his 26 hits have gone for extra bases. The Deacons have played in a lot of close games throughout the year, but they're comfortable doing so thanks to some great arm talent. Elias Harris is 4-0 with 49 strikeouts and a 1.7 ERA. Jordan Leininger is 3-2 with an ERA of 1.86, while Josh Beaver boasts a gaudy .53 ERA and 39 Ks. The Deacons are at their best when they're getting men on base with either of the Leininger boys at the plate. Jordan and his twin brother Adam are both hitting around .440 with more than 20 RBI apiece. Shanley has the tools to chase a title, they just need to make sure they're all working in sync. The Wahpeton Huskies are in the state tournament for the first time in a decade after a surprising run in the EDC tournament. Andrew Lundsetter's team beat Red River and Valley City to reach the championship game, where they played Cheyenne tough. Senior Tori Ulich was the lone Husky to nab all EDC honors. He takes a .406 batting average and 25 runs scored with him into the quarterfinal round. The Huskies have some good arms like Caden Hockert and Caden Kappas, but they need their offense to continue to produce. It'll be a familiar foe for the Huskies on Thursday. They dropped a couple of road games to Dickinson to begin the season back on April 1st. The Midgets were outstanding all spring, going on to win the regular season title before faltering in the WDA semis to eventual champ Century. The Midgets were my preseason pick to win it all, and they might still be the favorites despite being the 3 seed in the West. Troy Berg was named Region Senior Athlete of the Year after batting .462 with 21 RBI and 38 runs. He's also stolen 17 bases. The Midgets don't rely on one dominant ace either. They have 4 to 5 pitchers that can give them a strong outing on the mound, led by Isaac Daly, Jaden Bast, and Carson Weiler, all of whom have a sub 2.5 ERA. Daly also leads the team with 33 runs driven in. The Midgets have a good chance to add their 6th state title. Game 3 features Minot and North. Coincidentally, both the Magi and Spartans finished the regular season 6th in their respective conferences. Now they're among the final 8 left playing. Minot upset both Mandan and Legacy before coming up just short in the conference championship to Century 12-9. Under Pete Stenberg's leadership, the team is currently 12-13 overall. Morgan Nygaard has been a consistent producer at the plate in his junior year, earning all WDA honors in the process. The Magi know they might be an under-the-radar team, but they're confident they're going into state playing their best baseball of the season.
I think our biggest strength is just not giving up. We know that we've put in the work and we believe in ourselves. This season's been just full of ups and downs, and we've learned to fight through it. It's just been a wonderful team effort getting to this point. Nobody expected us to be here, coming in 6th. It's just, now we got ourselves in a good spot for the state tournament. We fight.
They always seem to play some great baseball on the north side of Fargo, and this year is no different as the Spartans are state-bound for the first time under head coach Nate Walsh, who took over the program in the canceled pandemic season. North lost a lot of 1 or 2 run games in the conference season, but that's why it was a good sign for the program when they flipped that narrative in the conference tournament. A group of 6 seniors lead the squad, including all-EDC performer Caden Cadera, who's driven in 15 runs with a .463 batting average. Cadera has been even more impressive on the mound, where he's 4-1 on the year with a 1.45 ERA in 29 innings. I expect a close game between these two. In the final game on Thursday, it's the defending champs and East top seed Sheyenne taking on Jamestown, who's heating up at the right time. The Mustangs were near the top of the EDC standings all spring, along with rival West Fargo, who surprisingly got bounced in the conference tournament. Ryan Bodell's team takes a 7-game win streak into state, and with 8 seniors and 6 juniors on the roster, the expectations are to repeat. You won't find a stronger starting pitching staff in the state tournament. Junior Casey Clemenson is 4-0 and hasn't surrendered an earned run in 26 1/3 innings, while striking out 47 batters. Senior Brennan Hammond has 50 Ks, a 3-1 record with a 1.28 ERA, while sophomore Caleb Deer's ERA sits at 1.38. Tate Gustafson leads the team with 25 ribbies on the season, and if the Mustangs can score 4 or 5 runs each game, they have a good shot at taking home another title.
I like to take pride in myself on the mound. I like to make sure that I do everything I can to make sure that we win our game, or that I do my part to win the game, and I like to make it easy on our hitters to only give us like 2-3 runs to win a game.
We'll see if the hosts from Jamestown can crack the code in that quarterfinal contest. The Blue Jays made huge strides from last year, going from 5 wins in WDA play to 10 this year. Connor Hoyt was the lone Jamestown player to make all WDA after batting .450 and leading the team in RBI and runs scored. Pitching is what will give Jamestown a shot, though. Peyton Hochhalter and Mason Lunsman have both topped 30 innings this year and held teams in check with ERAs hovering just above 1. The Blue Jays played Sheyenne a couple weeks ago, losing 11-5, but maybe they learned a few things that'll help them this time around.